Hello students, welcome to your 11th class. We are going to do the first chapter, that is the basics of the chemistry. Most of these topics which we are doing in this video we have already done in the 9th and the 10th class. Firstly, what is the chemistry? Chemistry is the study of the composition of the matter, the stuff, the things made of, and the change that matter undergoes. Much of the chemistry is very practical and has obvious applications to our everyday life, while the other aspects are the theoretical without everyday application. What is the theoretical in the chemistry one day may become the practical the next. Firstly, what is the chemistry? Chemistry is the study. For what study? Composition of the matter. From where the matter is the come means ke what we are going to study in the chemistry. Everything around us is made up by the chemistry in our daily life, digestion of the food, formation of the curd, you are using the pen, pencil, everything is based on the chemistry. What are the main components to study the chemistry? That are the molecular perspectives of the chemistry. Matter is the physical material of the universe. Matter is made up of the relatively few elements. Other microscopic level, matter consists of the atoms and the molecules. From here we can say the chemistry is the study of the atoms and the molecules. What are the atoms and the molecules? Atoms are the smallest particle which combine to form the molecule. Molecule consists the same type of the atoms or the different types of the atoms. What are the uses of chemistry and how chemistry help us? Chemistry help in the microbiology. Chemistry helps in the medicines. Chemistry is the use in the physics also, atomic nuclear structure like this. In the chemistry we are studying the animal environmental science. In the chemistry the drugs are making with the help of chemistry. Vaccinations are done by the chemistry. In the astronomy is used the chemistry. Then the geology is using the chemistry. In the agriculture we are using the chemistry, using the insecticides, pesticides, fungicides, which are helping us the increase the yield of the crops. As a preservatives, in the preservatives we are using to store our food, also the formation by the chemistry. It means we can say it is very difficult to survive without chemistry. Then what is the matter? Matter is the all around us. In the lower classes we are going to study what is the matter, that thing which occupies the space and having the mass, that is called the matter. Matter is the computer you are reading from now. Matter is the stuff you touch and see. And what is more? Matter is defined anything that has a mass and that takes up the space. Matter is found in the three major states, that are the solid, liquid and gas. Matter, that is the solid, it may be solid, it may be liquid and it may be gaseous. Then matter is further divided into the two parts, that are the pure substances and the mixtures. What are the pure substances? Pure substances are also divided into the two parts, that are the elements and the compounds. What are elements then? Substance, that is the made up of the entire from the one type of the atom, that is called the elements. There are the 118 different types of the element, like this gold, silver, copper, carbon, etc. Then what are the compounds? When the elements are joining with the definite proportion, they are called the compounds. Then what are the mixtures? When the composition is not fixed, that are called the mixtures. Further, the mixtures are also two types, that are the homogeneous mixture and the heterogeneous mixture. What are the homogeneous mixture? Uniform composition is there. In the heterogeneous mixture, non-uniform composition, sand and water, oil and water, wood and blood. In the homogeneous mixture, you can't say that is the mixture, just like the sugar plus water, alcohol plus water. Then element is the substance that is the made up of the entirely one type of atom, that is also converted into the divided into the three parts, that are the metals, non-metals and the metalloids. What are the metals? Metals are the lustrous, malleable, ductile, good conductor of the electricity. Other properties are state. Metals are the solid at the room temperature, but here is the exception, that is the mercury is the liquid at the room temperature. Gallium is liquid on hot days. Next is the luster. They are the having the reflecting light from the surface and can polished, that is the gold, silver and copper. Malleability, then it means the metals have the ability to withstand the hammering to made into the sheets and the foils. Ductility, metals are drawn into the wires. Hardness, all the metals are hard except sodium and potassium, which can soft and cut with the knife. Valency, metals are typically have the valency to the 1 to 3 elements in the outermost shell. Conduction, metals are the good conductor of the electricity. Silver and the copper are the two best conductor of the heat and electricity. Lead is the poorest conductor of the heat, that is the exception. And the bismuth, mercury and iron also the poor conductors. Next is the density. Metals have the high density and very heavy. Iridium and the osmium have the highest density, whereas the lithium has the lowest density. Melting and boiling points. Metals are the hard in nature, so they are having the high melting and boiling point. Tungsten has the highest melting point and the boiling point, whereas the mercury is the lowest. Sodium and potassium also boils at the low temperature. Now next are the known metals. What are the known metals? Known metals are the known lustrous, known malleable, known ductile and the bad conductor of electricity. Physical state, most of exist in the 2 or 3 states of the matter at the room temperature: gases, oxygen, solid, carbon. Only bromine exists as a liquid at the room temperature. They are the non-malleable and the ductile, poor conductor of the heat and electricity, but here is also exception, that is the form of carbon. Graphite is the good conductor of the electricity. Non-metals having no luster, they are not reflecting the light. They are mostly they are gases in form, so they are having the lower melting point than the metals. Then the next is the metalloids. What are the metalloids? Which are having the characteristics of the both metals and the non-metals. Metalloids are useful in the semiconductor industry. Metalloids are all solid at room temperature. They are used to form the alloy. Some metalloids such as the silicon and the germanium can act as the electrical conductor under the right conditions, so they are called the semiconductor. Silicon are the example appears the lustrous but not a malleable or ductile. It is brittle. It is the much more poor conductor of the heat and electricity than the other metals. Physical properties of the metals tend to metallic, but their chemical properties tend to be non-metallic. Oxidation number of the element is the range of the +5 to -2 depending upon the group in which it is the closed. Next is the pure substance, that is the compound. What are the compound? When the elements are joined in the fixed amount, they are called the compounds. Most of the elements react to form the compounds. Example is the H2O. From where you are living, there in the whole universe, the formula of the water is H2O. Means ki two atoms of the hydrogen and the one atom of oxygen, when joined with each other, that is forming the water. In case of the compounds, their main elements are losing their identity. If we are taking the example of the water, hydrogen is the combustible gas, oxygen is the used to fire anything. But when the hydrogen and the hydrogen and the oxygen join with each other, they are forming the water molecule, that is the H2O, which is the fire exhauster. मीन्स के आग को बुझाने में काम कौन आता है? फिर वाटर काम आता है. इसलिए द बोथ द एलिमेंट्स लूजिंग देयर आइडेंटिटी. द proportion of the element in the compound same irrespective of the how was the compound formed. If we are taking here example of the glucose C6H12O6, in the whole universe the formula remains the same. Composition of the pure compound is always the same. If water is decomposed, then there will always the twice as much hydrogen gas formed as the oxygen. Then the Compounds are further having the types that are ionic compounds, molecular compounds, and the network compounds. Ionic compounds made up of the metals and the non-metals ions form an ionic crystal lattice when the solid phase ions separate when the melted and dissolved in water. Example is the NaCl. Molecular compounds when the two atoms are joined, the non-metal atoms bonded to form a distinct particle called the molecules. Bond do not break upon depending upon the melting or dissolving. So molecular substances do not conduct the electricity. Exception is the acids ionize in water to form the H2O positive and A negative. So they do conduct. Network made up of the non-metal atom bonded in the seemingly endless matrix, covalent with no distinguishable molecule. Very high melting point don't conduct electricity. Now what are the mixture? Mixture is the combination of the two or more substances where these substances are not bonded, so they are not losing their identity just like the compounds to each other. No chemical reaction occurs between them. Types of the mixtures, they are of the two types, that are the heterogeneous mixture and the homogeneous mixture. Heterogeneous mixture, you can see the particles easily suspended in the between them, that is a suspension. Visible particles settle, you can see. Homogeneous mixture containing two or more substances that blend evenly throughout. You can't see the particle solution. Mixture that never settles and can't seen with the microscope. Collide mixture is a large particle than a solution but still small enough they do not settle down. Then the physical quantities and the unit. What are the physical quantities? We are measuring anything, that is the physical quantity. That may be 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. But if we are taking the units there, then we can say, if we are, I am saying 2 meter, then you can understand that is the distance. If I am saying 3 kg, then you can understand that is the weight of any substance. Then physical quantity and units are the both important for us. If I am saying 2, then what is the 2? There is a no any units are there, no meter, no kilogram. Then it's very difficult to understand what are these things. So physical quantities and units both are making each other. Then units are that also two types, that are the CGS units and the SI units. Here we are going to understand the SI units. The measurement used through the world performing the calculations related to the specific investigations, that are called the SI units. The units are also further two types. They are the fundamental units and the derived units. What are the fundamental units? They are the basic 3 units which are not derived from the any other. They are called the fundamental units: length, mass and time. Length unit is the meter, mass unit is the kilogram, and the time units are the second. Other basic units are the electric current, that is the ampere, temperature is the Kelvin, amount of the substance, that is in the mole, luminous intensity, that is in the candela. These are the symbols. For the meter, we are using the small m. For the kilogram, we are using the kg. For the time, we are using the second. In the electric current, we are units are the ampere, then capital A, temperature Kelvin. In some cases, we are using the degree Celsius and the Fahrenheit. But when we are doing our calculations, then we are converting the Fahrenheit and the Celsius also into the Kelvin. That is the K. Amount of substance, that is the mole, MOL, and the luminous intensity, that is the candela, that is the CD. Then what are the derived units? The units which are combination of the fundamental units are called the derived units. Derived units, example is the speed. Depends upon the distance upon time. What is the distance? How much time they are covering that distance? Then units of the distance is the meter and the unit of time is the second, then meter per second. Acceleration, velocity upon time. What are the units of the velocity? Meter per second upon time second, then meter per second square. Force, mass into acceleration. What is the mass unit? Kilogram. What are the units of the acceleration? Meter per second square. Then the units of the force are kilogram per second square, that is the combined called the Newton. What are the units of energy? Force into distance. What are the units of the force? Kilogram meter square upon upon second square means K Newton meter. Then that is called the joule. Then what are the units of the charge? Current into time. Current is the ampere, time is the second, that is the combined is called the coulomb. Then the further in the next video we are going to do the significant figures. Thank you.